Welcome to Pull My Focus, Adventures in the Business and Technical World of Video Filmmaking. Firstly, wait, is firstly a word? First, I'm shooting this entire video with my phone. Yep, my old Samsung Note 4. Not to show that I'm cheap or poor, I'm totally cheap and poor, but to show that you can shoot a video with almost anything now. The first thing people usually do when they want to make videos is ask, what kind of camera should I use? A Sony? A Canon? An Alexa?
Super Alexa mode activated.
While that is a great question, once they get a camera they like, they find out that their videos are still, let's say, less than spectacular. The next question they ask, and the question that we get asked a bunch here at Pixel Valley Studio, is what microphone should I buy? And the question I ask is, well, what are you doing? Your choice in microphone really comes down to what do you want to use it for? The purpose of this video, we'll talk about two major categories, dynamic and condenser microphones. This is my trusty Shure SM58. Now, I consider this a pretty good live mic. I also have a Sennheiser E85 that I use. These are what are called dynamic mics. Basically, they're very rugged. Look at that. Look at the head on that thing. They don't require any external power like some of the microphones we're going to be discussing, but they have a limited frequency response, meaning they aren't as sensitive as other microphones. You know what, dynamic microphone? I don't like you. A typical scenario I'd use a mic like this is in live band situations for the singers and maybe some of the instruments. I also use them when recording podcasts, where the limited frequency response is not missed since it's mostly just talking. But I wouldn't use this or any other dynamic mic for my video production. Although you can. Alright, calm down. I wouldn't, and I don't. These things are great if you're going to do on-the-spot interviews or, I don't know, if you're hosting a game show. Okay, give me 20 seconds on the clock, please. For good luck. During what month is Disneyland the least attended?
September.
What time of the year do school children dislike?
September.
Name a song by the band Earth, Wind & Fire.
September.
Give me a word that rhymes with remember.
September.
During what month does a pregnant woman start to look pregnant?
September.
If you're creating content from a controlled location, like me in a studio or a bedroom or whatever, then you'll get a better sound by using what's called a condenser mic. A condenser mics have a much higher frequency response and output a louder signal. They do require external power either from a mixing board or an internal battery. Now keep in mind that condenser mics are usually more expensive than dynamic mics. Well, cheap condenser mics do exist, but beware. They sound harsh and brittle and they have very low end. Generally, you get what you pay for here. Since I want to make this as simple as possible without getting into the weeds of microphone pickup patterns and stuff like that, let's assume two types of videos we're interested in making are either an interview, talk to the camera style, sort of like what I'm doing right now, or dialogue on an actual set with actors and such. In either of these two cases, I will use one or possibly both of these types of condenser mics, a shotgun mic or a lavalier, or what's otherwise known as a lapel mic. So you're in your bedroom or studio, you're facing your camera and doing the whole talking head thing. One important thing is to resist the urge to use the built-in microphone on your camera. You just can't get close enough to it to keep the audio from sounding like you're in the Sistine Chapel. Even if you add a camera-mounted shotgun mic, you still have the issue of getting close enough, unless you're in a medium tight or a close-up shot. This is where a good lavalier mic works great. See this guy right there? It brings the microphone close to the source, you, thus reducing any extra sound being picked up. And it can be used in a tight shot or a medium shot, or I can even be across the street. There was a really big building here. I would use a shotgun mic on set where maybe I have multiple actors in the scene and I want not only to pick up the dialogue, but also need some room acoustics. Even still, if I can sneak a lavalier onto one of the actors, I will, so that I have multiple sources of sound. And we recently did this in a sketch we did that involved two actors in a medium shot. I snuck the lav right between James and Courtney on James's right shoulder.
Are you suggesting that our song should be All the Single Ladies? Because I'm okay with that. All the single ladies, all the single ladies.
All right, so what if you're saying, hey, money bags, I don't have the money for a lavalier or shotgun mic. Well then, my suggestion is to bring your recording device as close to the talent as possible without ruining the shot. Actually, this is how Frank does many of his videos. He uses a Zoom H4 recorder and gets it super close, but not in the frame, thus getting really good audio. So what microphone should you buy? My vote is if you're doing live on the spot interviews where dynamic range and frequency response isn't really an issue, or if you're podcasting, then a dynamic mic should work. Otherwise, if you're doing typical talking head video, documentary style interview, or something like I'm doing right now, a lav will get you where you want. On set, a shotgun mic and possibly a lav if it's possible. And look, if you're stuck with just your digital recorder, then get that puppy as close to the talent as you possibly can without ruining your shot. Since I didn't talk at all about price, let me just say once again that with microphones, you usually get what you pay for. Personally, I wouldn't bother with a microphone that is in the sub $100 range. I want to buy once, use the crap out of it, so I suggest you start there. If you simply want to record audio only, then I suggest you check out the USB condenser mics available on Amazon in the $99 and up range. That's all for now. Let me know in the comments if you'd like more info on microphones, as this was sort of a 101 session. Also, let me know what you guys are using and what for, which audio equipment, how you're doing it. Share the knowledge, peeps. All right, see you in the next video where I go back to using real video equipment. What was I thinking? My phone? What if I got a call? What if I got a text? What if I got a Facebook? What if I got some Instagram up in here? You know what I mean? Some Snapchat. You know what?